Baka, your turn, right?
Yeah, it's me.
All right.
Yeah, it's the
hey,
perfect
folks,
episode.
welcome to. Oh God, is it episode 5? Are we on episode 5 already?
Yeah.
Oh my God, we are.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to episode 5 of XP Overdrive. This week is very big for me because we're talking about game soundtracks.
Yeah.
Woo.
Anybody that is even relatively aware of me knows that I have a music degree. And if you've been around in my Twitch streams, usually if I get a raid in, how I announce myself, how I introduce myself is saying that I'm a video game composer, of which I am. And I do game jams and pretty much anything else that needs music. So it's just cool. It's just nice to do music, you know, beep boop. And my, not to start this out, just talking about me. So my last 2 years in university was very much when I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. Like I did teaching as well, but this was like this is my like my big passion project, if you will. In like my third year, I wrote a research paper on the leitmotifs in Hollow Knight and how it tells the story. Because Hollow Knight is a game, it's very much like a it doesn't necessarily force its lore down you, but it's very cool ways that Christopher Larkin kind of tied the soundtrack together. And it's really, really cool. And in my fourth year, I did, it sounds very, very pretentious, but I did what I titled as the modern video game sound. So it was kind of, I chose some games from like the last 10 years or so and kind of analyzed them and saw what was like the trends of the last like decade of video games via their soundtracks. So this episode is very much a me episode. It's very much a let me pull these references. Harvard references, might I add.
Ooh.
I was talking with my partner because we were going over something academic related. And like I was just like, oh, I have them like Harvard reference, and they were just like, what is Harvard referencing? And I was just like, oh no, how do you reference? And they were just like AP. I was like, what is AP? all of autosave now, because in autosave we have a kind of like what I titled the grammatical takes channel.
Yes.
Where like it's like this constant argument about like AP and the Oxford comma.
Oxford comma forever. If you don't use it, you're wrong.
That's Patrick's entire personality. I love that. But,
I agree with it.
Oh yeah. But all of Odyssey was gonna see this and be like, you don't know what AP is? I'm gonna be like, I'm so sorry. I'm very British. Harvard referencing or nothing. Anyway, music. So, if I was to throw the question at you, what is your favorite game soundtrack? Or favorite game soundtracks, should I say? Well, we'll say a top 3. What would be your immediate first thought before your brain goes into the analyzing of like, oh, but wait, this. What's your immediate first thoughts?
Mine would be Killer Instinct.
Okay.
It's always going to be at the top of my mind when somebody says that because, you know, for one, it's to me one of the best fighting games of all time, but because the game, literally the fighting game is literally all about the music. Like when the game came out on SNES, they released it. It came with the soundtrack on CD. So, and now the new one.
Really?
Yeah. So it was called Killer Cuts. I actually still have this CD somewhere. And it came with all the original music from the game. And then the 2013 remake, actually, well, I don't think it's a remake, but the 2013 version, the new one, it's all musical now. So when people do like the ultimate combos that's in the game, they're all musical based on their stage. Like they actually make guitar riffs and it actually makes a song.
I love that.
Yeah, it's super cool.
For whatever reason, it reminded me of a game that's in development, Metal Hellsinger. I don't know what it was. It reminded me of that, what you just said. But or Cadence of Hyrule. Not Cadence of Hyrule, pardon. That's the spin-off. Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which they have a new game in development, which I'm very excited for.
Yeah, what was that one called again? Was that what it was called? I can't remember the name.
I think it was Rift of the Necrodancer. Let me check.
I think that's what
Sounds right.
Yeah, I was just saying, I think that was it, yeah.
I think I'm right. I'm just loading up Steam now to make sure. Right.
Sorry.
I was right. Rift of the Necrodancer.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, that does those. I mean, sound cool as well. Yeah, Metal Hellsinger. I am definitely going to get that one because I want to check out all of the music. I love musical stuff. But yeah, if I 100% Killer Instinct, hands down, is just something I always remember. I've always listened to that theme, like the main theme, over and over again. Especially like the character I told you. I just recently showed you guys Hisako. Her theme is really dope. I'll have to send you guys a link to Hisako's theme because it's actually it's like a horror themed metal and it's really good. So,
not to interrupt, but just for you guys, viewers, and anybody else, the soundtracks that we're gonna talk about today, we're gonna put in the description below. Because I am enforcing that. Just,
oh my god, the description's gonna be so long.
So long.
We have lists, and they're all like over a page each.
Oh yes, for sure.
We all wrote our individual lists. And then there's me. I wrote my lists. I got like Bandcamp links together, referenced, and I was like, I'll put some tech there at the bottom as well, just for funsies.
Baka's on point with it. Believe us. Baka's always on point with it.
But so they're gonna be there. Check them out if you want to, and of course, if you have the means to, support these composers. Because they're just like me, essentially.
For sure. And Baka is a great one as well.
Oh.
Heck yes.
Oh, you.
He is.
I wasn't sure how to respond to that in a PG way. I was like, oh, you.
It was so precious, though.
Well, I just had to get that out there. He does great. I love his music stuff, so.
Yes.
Oh,
it's
I
awesome.
put a lot of effort into this. To be fair, I've been playing guitar since I was 6, and my birthday was a few days ago, and I'm 25 now. I've been so like 19 years. Is that how you count?
Yeah.
Don't ask me, I suck.
Wait, you started when you were 6 and you're now 25?
Yes.
So that. Oh my god, my own mind blanked. What? I never blank. I never blink on math.
Yeah, I do. It's an everyday
19,
thing.
You're right.
I think it would be 19 years.
Mm-hmm.
This is everybody in the comments is just like, my god, this is the answer, you guys.
I like math is fun. Math is cool. Everyone should like math.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Well, as a music theorist, I'm inclined to agree, but as a former person who had to endure maths in high school, I don't want to agree.
I mean, I'm definitely the kid who I had all my math credits that I needed in high school and then still took 2 bonus years of math.
Oh, man.
I just kept doing math. I didn't mean to, but I did.
I'm
not even that good at it. It's not like I love it. I don't know. It's nice.
Right.
Our skills are definitely different here. Like, we didn't really go off of credits per se. It was more of like, oh, these are your mandatory classes every year, like regardless.
Oh, we had our mandatories, but then we also had electives. So we could fit in
we
like a couple of
a few electives. I don't remember how many we were allowed to pick, and like it was our final 2 years of high school that we were allowed to pick our classes. But it was like we had like mandatory classes, and then I think it was 2. I don't remember.
Yeah, we had the same in high school.
If Frankie's listening, who is like my one of my best friends who I went to high school with, Frankie would be like, no, this is how many actually. But my mind is saying 2, but for whatever reason, I'm thinking 4. But like, I remember, of course, I took music, which, spoiler alert, I actually failed music in high school. But which funny.
Well, wait, what kind of music? Like
it was
theory?
it was like high school music. So like it was like it was like music theory, but it was also we had to record. I think it was either 2 or 4 pieces in like the little recording studio that they had on premises. But our music teacher played favorites. So like I think I got like 2 of mine recorded, but then like it's like two of the other students got like an absurd amount of time. Like my friend that was studying music with me in high school, she only just got her pieces recorded like just before the deadline date. Like it was pretty awful. Like but so
because like
yeah,
I also did
remember.
music
Oh my
in
God.
high school, but like we didn't have like a class like I did music in the high school in the sense of I did orchestra, symphonic band, show choir, and marching band. So
oh
like
damn, we didn't have a marching band.
Wow.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like marching band is like a really American thing.
Yeah, it's very much.
I think yeah. It is.
Yeah.
What?
I've never even seen that. To be fair, like
I
Yeah.
could send
Football is
you
a big
all
thing
our
here,
old
but it's like-
things.
Well, I have some really cool news because, like, well, okay, so as you know, I recently changed countries. I moved to Canada, so it's
Yeah.
a little bit different. So my oldest daughter, she's this is her first year of high school, and her the way they do the classes now, she has some mandatories, but a lot of stuff she can choose, and they switch it every semester. So her first semester is all the stuff that she wants to do, and the second semester is like all the mandatories. And well, except for one, but she was at first she signed up for like drama and stuff, but she didn't want to do. She likes drama, but she wanted her main thing is she switched just yesterday to music. And
well, if she needs any help.
yeah, she's doing for real. Like but the thing
Wait,
is, I was sitting.
aren't you and your wife also quite musical?
Yeah, we are. My wife, she sings, and I can somewhat make music. I'm not like that good, but I do rap. I rap as well, and my daughter, she loves to sing, so she's good.
very good.
I thought it was going to be like the typical like high school music, but she's actually learning music theory. And
Yeah, you do a bit of music theory in high school.
Yeah.
Not a lot. Like, as also a disclaimer for you guys, I may talk some music theory in this episode. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, feel free to comment and I'll explain.
for sure.
For those of you that in autosave that were watching, that were in, so in my last semester of university, I had a class called community placement, which like ordinarily you'd go out and like get like a physical like placement in like a community center or like a community based project, like mostly kind of hopefully music related. But for me, I was like, I'm still very wary about CVID, and
I've never heard it called that, and I love that.
Thank you. I'm here all evening. But so I was like, can I do this online? And he was just like, how are you gonna do this online? And I was just like, well, dearest sir who will not be named, who I love, actually, very, very lovely person. I was the problem child of that class, 100%. I was like, I have this stream team that will more than likely at least sit in the class and go ooh and ah every now and so I ran like I think like 5 or so like different sessions for this music theory class, and I did it like music theory via video game soundtracks because like of course they're a stream team, like they play video games, they're interested in that. And so if any of you are watching this podcast and you don't understand what I'm talking about, we'll book some lessons. But I love music theory. It's great. It's hard. It is hard to get a grasp of, but kind of when you do, when it clicks, you're just like, oh, like so that's how that works, huh? But I will say there are some things in music that like just don't make sense, and you're like, why are you here? Like, for example, in like some chords and such, for anybody who doesn't know, the musical alphabet is the letters A through G, but you do have what's called sharps and flats in that. So like sharps and flats are kind of essentially the note after or the note before, but not every note has a sharp and not every note has a flat. So like B doesn't have a sharp, so C doesn't have a flat. And E doesn't have a sharp, so F doesn't have a flat. And that's pretty much all you remember in that. But in some cases, there is, in fact, an E sharp or like a B sharp. And I'm just like, why? Why did you do this? And it's like little things that, like, to anybody else doesn't make sense, but it nightmares.
What's the,
Like,
what's
wake
the
up,
thing?
the cold sweats, like an
This
A
just-
augmented chord. Stop it.
This reminded me of what is it called? We did it once in choir where we were singing a chord and we like built it up, and it was then that
arpeggios.
effect. Well, no. It was then the effect. So we were all singing like a chord, and then another note appeared that none of us were singing because it was like that audio
Oh, yeah.
effect. What is that called? It was so cool. So we were all just like sustaining our notes, and then all of a sudden it was like this other note.
It's actually a ghost.
Filled
A
in.
ghost joined in.
There you
Well,
go.
the
That
ghost
was
sounded
that was
lovely.
actually the Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, God.
Gosh,
Love that.
which is my wife's favorite, by the way.
I thought you were gonna say
Aw.
which is my wife. It's like,
My wife, the Phantom of the Opera.
Yes,
it all
she loves
comes
the Phantom
full
of the Opera.
circle.
It was her.
It was her. But so I like when it comes to game soundtracks, of course I can listen to something and be like, oh my god, this is so good. But like my brain does this thing where like I can't just listen to music normally anymore. And it sucks because like I can't like listen to music to go to sleep to, or like just generally just chill out with music because my brain is just like, oh, this is what's going on in this song, or like, oh, I wonder how to play this song. And so like I'd be like, okay, that's it, that's enough. So when I'm playing video games and I come across a song that I really like, it's like I get like kind of a pause. Like a year ago, Deltarune Chapter 2 came out. And my god, I was maybe half an hour into it, and then you meet the character Queen, who is an absolute legend, icon star, probably would have been a Facebook wine mom if like she existed in this world. And I love her and I will defend her. But like her music is so good. We can show music in this because it's fucking video game music. I think so anyway. But I'll show you guys it anyway, and you viewers, if we don't include it in the episodes, go listen to it. It's in the description. But it caught me because I was just like, wait, this isn't Toby. You haven't done this before. I'm just getting it up on YouTube. Let me share my screen for you guys. and that just got me. Oop. And that just got me, because I was like, go for it.
Sorry, you do not realize how much I love waltzes.
Yeah,
So I'm
so good.
obsessed with this already.
So like,
Yeah.
I played through Deltarune Chapter 2, and like the day it launched, like I played through Chapter 1 on stream, and then the moment it actually launched, we downloaded it on that stream, and then played through some of it, but it was kind of buggy. And we closed down, so I waited until like the next day when like Toby rolled out some bug fixes, and then we finished it then. And like immediately, I think that week I did like 5 other Deltarune covers. Let me go check. I think it was 5, because I was like, "This is fucking great."
Yeah.
That was awesome. That you know what that reminds me of though? That actual
Yeah,
song
there's
there.
6 of them.
It reminds
This
me
one
of Symphony of the Night. It reminds me of the long library in
Yes.
Symphony of the Night. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah. It reminds me exactly of that, which is great too, by the way.
it's so good. Like the Deltarune soundtrack. I don't know how Toby does it, but it was the same with Undertale. Like Undertale essentially became a genre in itself. Like it got so popular because it's such a good soundtrack. Like I did kind of a section in my paper for my dissertation, my paper for my honors project. My honors project, but you did the same thing. And this section was on a music concept called chordioids. And chordioids it's super cool to me because like a lot of music-y folks that I like bring this term up to, they're just like, what is that? And I'm just like, like no, you don't understand. This is great. It's essentially kind of like you're breaking up chords. Like for example, you have a triad, which is a 3-note chord. Generally your standard chord. Like if you tell somebody to play a C major on a piano, they'll play a triad. And chordioids, it's essentially like breaking that up so you can play like one note and then the other 2 notes. And like it's cool. And that's a very, very basic way of putting that. I wrote like 2 big paragraphs in this in my dissertation, but like, Snowy from Undertale is a great representation. Another one is, oh my god, it's from Animal Crossing. Oh god, why have I just suddenly forgot the title of the song? Oh no, it's left my mind.
You're
I think it
you're
might have been-
fired. You're fired from music.
I think
How
it
dare
might have
you.
been the 6
How dare
a.m.
you?
the 6 a.m. theme from New Leaf. But like another great example is of chordioids. But this is kind of what I call chordioids. You can still see, yes.
Yep.
Like the rhythm section. It's also, I believe in Super Metroid, they use it here and there as well.
Oh,
But
love Super
it's so
Metroid.
good. It's like it kind of for me, because as a producer, I'm super fucking obsessed with like, is there enough room in my mix? Like, can you hear everything, or is everything kind of getting a bit muddy together? Because I'm kind of a person that likes to layer a lot of things. Like you'll hear in my own music, like kind of the more chill stuff. I'm very much a person where like I will layer harmonies upon harmonies upon harmonies. I don't know what it is, just really like it. And chordioids to me, I kind of break that up a little bit, because like instead of playing like that full chord twice, you're kind of like, I guess like breaking it up. So you're I don't want to say, well, yeah, you're kind of lengthening the harmony, if you will. But I love that. I love that kind of stuff, because it's kind of hard to explain why I like it. It's more like it's so different, if you will. You don't really hear it very often in like more modern-y stuff. It's very much like, as you'll see with like Hollow Knight and a bunch of other stuff that I'll have on this list. They're very big soundtracks, if you will. It's like a trend in, like, I guess modern video games where like so much has been done that now it's kind of a case of like having your individualism, but also like standing out. And a lot of composers are kind of doing that by making these like big, like these big pieces, these big either like full, like I'm gonna say rock band like pieces, or like full orchestral pieces, as you'll see like with Hades, for example. Hades, oh my god, it's such a good soundtrack, but like he's also very smart in the way that he recorded it, because he did use some like traditional instrumentation for it. And Darren, whole heart, you have it, take it, I'm here. But it's very I don't want to say rock bandy, because I don't want that to come across as derogatory. For for some background on me, I've been in rock band since I was like 15. I loved that. I was talking to my partner lately, where I was like, I kind of want to go back into that. I kind of want to get back to gigging. But no, so I don't mean that as a derogatory thing or anything. I'd love that. But that's kind of what I get from it. It's like it's very much like, I feel like that's where you're getting a lot of your influence from. I could be wrong. I haven't actually done any research on like where he got his influence from, but that's where I got that. Or like Celeste. Celeste is another of my absolute favorite soundtracks. I think it's probably one of the best soundtracks that's came out in the last 10 years. And Lena Raine, as a composer, she is one of the few composers that long list, that I really, really, truly want to work with, because she's so good at what she does. And like everything she's done, like for me, I would cite Celeste, I would cite Chicory, I would cite Moonglow Bay, and she did have some songs on Minecraft Dungeons, but I haven't played Minecraft Dungeons. But she also has like a trend, and I love her for that. And I forgot what my train of thought was. I was going on so much about them. Well, circle back to this. Somebody in the comments be like, "This is what you're talking about." I'd be like, this is it. Soundtracks, yes.
The comment about layering, and also because this is more like MIDI music, really makes me think of like a cool moment in a game that I played a while back. If on a Winter's Night for Travelers.
Ooh. I think you got me to download that.
Ooh.
And yeah, I haven't played it yet, but I have it.
It's good, and there's like a particular part that honestly, like when I was playing, I thought of you, because I was just like,
great,
I wonder what Baka's reaction to this specific part would be. So I have that specific part.
Oh my god, I need to listen to it.
I've heard of this game. Oh, that does look familiar.
It's the darkness is taking over the regular, so it's like layered over each other.
Wow.
Oh my god, they're using like reverse delay in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I hear the reverse, like that sounds really dope.
This is a point and click game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah, it is.
It's just so cool. I'll like
That is
stop
cool.
for plot, but like
Yeah.
I was obsessed
That is
with
very
that
cool.
cool effect.
That is very cool.
That is cool. That one you played earlier, Baka, was really cool. I was going to bring it up because
Queen or Snowy?
which one that was the first one? It reminded me of it reminded me of the Castlevania Symphony of the Night from the Long Library, and I'm gonna share it up here. Yeah, that one exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I love this scene. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
I love orchestral strings.
Mhm. And that's what makes Symphony of the Night so good, because it's literally, that's why they call it
So
Symphony of the
good.
Night, because it's
And
all the
It's the
music in the game.
soundtrack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the soundtrack. That's why it's called that. And it's so amazing. I mean, there's so many. I could go over Symphony of the Night music all over the place. But
Is
yeah.
that a celeste, Baka? Was that a
Sorry?
celeste playing? Was that a celeste playing?
I thought it was a
Like,
harpsichord.
piano? Oh,
Oh.
yes, harpsichord. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's that one right there is what reminded me of what that reminded me of. But I had to bring that up because that's one of my favorite in Castlevania. I love that.
Oh my
that
god. It just suddenly came into my mind when I was trying to like describe those chordioids and like the effect that it was given. Harmonic motion. That's it. It just suddenly came into my mind. And I was just like, that's it. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a good piece.
Just for my own satisfaction, anybody who hasn't played Celeste, first of all, absolutely listen to the B-sides, because the B-sides are great. However, the song Resurrections is so good because it fits the level. I think it's the third or fourth chapter in the game. I don't remember. It's been a bit since I played Celeste. But essentially, she's in it's some area, and like I think oh my god, I'm trying to like fully remember like what is going on, but you kind of enter and there's like these kind of like segments, like these like kind of like blobs, if you will, what that like you can't interact with just now. And this music plays, and then later on in the game, in this level, Madeline, who is your main character, she reaches a mirror and she sees like her reflection, but it looks different. And then her reflection fucking leaves the mirror, and you're like, what is going on in this game? And then the music shifts, and you can go through those blob things, and it's kind of like this like fast dash motion. It's really cool. This is Lena Rain, by the way.
I like this.
Yeah.
The music shifts once you like get to like the mirror section a bit, and it's so cool. It's almost like an adaptive soundtrack. And I don't know if you guys have came across the term before, but you will have played games that have it, because I know both of you have played open world games. They're used a lot in open world games. For me, I reference Pikmin for this, because hello, this is another episode where I myself, talk about Pikmin. I've just started like a Pikmin 3 Ultra Spicy run on Twitch for charity, and it's great. It feels good to be back. I love this game with my entire heart. But an adaptive soundtrack, I think it's also called a dynamic soundtrack, but essentially it's like an interactive soundtrack, if you will, where the music will change depending on what's happening on screen. So like if you're taking like an action where like the music changes, or like something will like drop out or come back in, or if you go into like any like overworld combat or danger or an event or something like that, the music will like kind of change. But it'll still kind of have that original piece. Just something will be layered on it, or something will be taken away that like just to make room for to essentially commentate what you're doing in the game without using words. Unless the game is Bastion, in which case the game is very much commentating everything you are doing. Great game, by the way. Funnily enough, I started playing Outer Wilds a bit ago. I've been playing it with a friend who is very obsessed with the game. So it's whenever like he's free, we'll hop on a voice chat and like I'll play Outer Wilds. But it kind of reminds me a bit of that. But like I'm apprehensive about like telling you like the circumstances of that in Outer Wilds, because it's very much a, oh my god, you have to play this and like experience this for yourself, because it happens very quickly. Like it's not like you're going to be playing this game for like 4 hours and then a twist happens. It's like you'll see this in the first half an hour. Like, but Outer Wilds is kinda like that, but like not as much as like a game like Pikmin, or like I want to say Elden Ring, but I haven't played enough of it to even really look at the soundtrack properly. But the song that comes to mind for me is Garden of Hope from Pikmin 3. There's a bunch, it's throughout the whole series. The whole series has an adaptive soundtrack. But essentially, as said, you're in a garden. And you are, in Pikmin 3, you are co-pilots. You're three, I want to say space explorers, just for simplicity, that are, you have been sent on this mission to go find sustenance for your planet, who, due to quote unquote poor resource management, are have essentially run out of food. And so you and many other ships have like went out to like find food, and yours finds it on Piano 404, which just happens to be the planet in the first two Pikmin games. You get there, and it's not the first place you see, but it's like day two. Like day two, once you actually have like proper control, if you will, and you go to Garden of Hope, and it's kind of like the first time that you really get to fully kind of explore. But Garden of Hope, let me pull it up for you so you have an idea. Great. So you can kind of hear there's a lot of kind of use of like woodwinds, and there it is, acoustic guitar. It's kind of like that peaceful tonality, as if you're in a giant garden, essentially, because that's essentially what they're trying to do here. Because you guys are just small, and so are the Pikmin. The Pikmin are even smaller. But you collect fruit in Pikmin 3, and the fruit is, in comparison to you, massive. In comparison to these little Pikmin, absolutely massive. But as you're doing things in the garden, and as it gets to kind of closer to nighttime, things will drop out and other things will take hold. Like when you get in combat, like percussion comes in, and it's so cool. It's so cool. I love these soundtracks with my whole heart.
Because this is, so like most of the music, most of the games they play are really dark, so most of the music that I know is really dark and eerie and all that. But because like this is so cute, it reminds me, I was reading about the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Yep. And how the composer had like made all these songs, and they were like grand and wonderful, and then the producers were like, great, all of these main songs need to be reduced to 5 notes so that the player can play them on the ocarina.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the composer was just like, cool. Guess I'm gonna rework all these songs to limit it to 5 notes. But like, it worked. It did. It's like really good. But like, oh my god, I can't even imagine having a challenge like that restricted. Like that must have been so hard.
This is the funny thing about kind of what I do on YouTube. Because on YouTube, as you guys know, I I compose 8-bit covers of songs, and it is very cool taking these like big grand songs. Like for example, I've done "The Count of Destiny" by Dream Theater, which is like a 19-minute long song, which is a prog rock song. um, and like it's really cool, like taking those and like trying to kind of make these into 8-bit, but still kind of maintaining enough so that like it is recognizable, if you will. Um, but what I have learned throughout doing this is that some songs absolutely do not translate well to, I guess, retro sounding softwares and such. Um, it's it's different, if you will. Like, I think oh god, I think there was a Rush song that I went to do one time that didn't go well, and a Jeff Beck song as well. These are just off the top of my head, like songs that I've tried to do. There's many songs that I've tried to do, and I'm just like, no, don't like that anymore. Actually, but I love that. I love the idea of like the Ocarina of Time composer being like, I love this. Nintendo, look what I did. And they're just like, oh, this won't do, actually. And he's just like, you know, that like anime, like broken sound effect with like the like kind of like blacky blue, like streakiness. That like broken mirror sound effect.
Yeah.
Did a great job though. Like,
oh, it did amazing.
Oh yeah, great job. That a quick question, because like I have one in particular. I'll tell you, like when it comes to like certain, like when it comes to music or just, well, music in general, but like game music and all that stuff, since we're talking about it, what is like when it comes to like your favorite type of sounds? Like, because I know Grace said she like a lot of hers are like kind of like dark and eerie type of thing, right? Because I love that stuff too. Like I would always say my stuff is like all over the place. So like it goes between like the eerie stuff, the soft stuff. Like I like synth, but like also like rock, like metal sounds too, like the guitar, synth, like bells, piano, and even symphonies. So like, you know, like those, I love all of that. And as long as it just goes well, I get attracted by any song, no matter what type it is. I go all over the place.
It's weirdly hard for me to answer that because I'm a musician, but I'm also a guitarist. So it's like part of me is like I feel like I probably find myself more attracted to like guitar stuff, but then like I think about the soundtracks that I would cite as my favorite, being like Hollow Knight's soundtrack or like Celeste or The Messenger, or like or Cuphead, even that, or like the Ori soundtracks. Like they're not very guitar-y, if you will. Right. But one that is not all the way through, I will say, because it's a space game. But going back to Outer Wilds, it was actually my study soundtrack during the semester. And I have to show you these, because these two songs are very guitar-y, Timber Hearth and their theme tune. Timber Hearth plays on the first planet that you're on, your home planet, Timber Hearth. But this is your opening song. I love that. I really like the mix of like guitar and mandolin. I think it's really cool. I want you guys to remember that leitmotif, okay? It's just that, like that melody. So I'm gonna show you something else. And so, uh,
I really liked the tambourine and shaker touches.
Yeah.
yes. And so, Echoes of the Eye is the DLC, which I haven't played. Apparently, it's where all the horror elements are, so I'm very scared in these type of games. But this song caught my eye a lot, Echoes of the Eye.
I do like that.
It's just so well done.
That is well done. I do like
I'm sorry I am like raising my voice here. I'm so passionate about this. Anyway, go listen to the full song. I'm going to show you Timber House now so we can move on. It's just adorable. It's just adorable.
that. Those are really nice.
If you haven't played Outer Wilds, I would absolutely recommend it. For those
I
of
do
you that
want
have
to.
Game
It's on my
Pass, it
list.
is on Game Pass.
Oh,
It's on my list too. I definitely want to play this one. I've seen gameplay. It looks really fantastic.
I think it's on my wish list.
Ah, so good.
Yeah,
Um,
those are good.
But I guess I don't want to like transition into Hollow Knight just yet because I know I will go on and on and on. But like, that's a pretty good example of like that just caught me like straight away. I was just like, I wasn't expecting this of this type of game because it's a space exploration game, but
Right.
like I was not expecting that, and I was like, hello, like of course I've talked about Celeste. Chicory is great. Moonglow Bay is another one that Lena Rain composed, and I love the game so much, but I will say it does need a bit of care because there are some bugs that kind of do break the game, and the game's been out for a bit now, so I guess I'm a little bit disappointed about the progress, if you will, but it's still a great game. And of course, there's workarounds if you're playing on like, for example, if you're playing on PC, there's definitely workarounds to get you away from that. But they're very lovely. But there's this one song in Moonglow Bay, which I reel it in. I think it's called. Because you fish, you essentially are you cook like fish meals and like gift it to people or sell it off. That's not the be all and end all of the game, but like it's one mechanic of the game. So there's a song for when you're fishing, and for whatever reason it reminded me of Bridgerton. I found that I do actually really like Bridgerton.
Oh man.
I just recently finished rewatching season 1 to watch season 2 because I've never watched season 2. So I rewatched season 1 and I was like, oh, I really do like this show actually. But this song really reminded me of it, like the first half of it.
I can see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know the Bridgerton theme because I've heard it recently, and yep.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I definitely hear that.
I love strings. really, really, really like the bowings that they're doing.
Yeah. It's so
I
good.
like that. I like that. Yeah.
It's the transition, so good.
Yeah. I
Also, this is set in Canada, I believe. It pains me because like this didn't get near enough attention. Like the soundtrack, as well as the game, I will say, didn't get near as much attention as it should have. Especially since like with Lena Raine as like an established composer, because Celeste got big. Like Celeste got really big. Also has a very big speedrun community. I'm really upset that this didn't get as much attention as it should have. It's so good.
that was good. I did like that one. And when it comes to like the sound, like I said, I love like all that synth stuff and like all that. And I wanted to show you a couple of these for one. There's gonna be two of them from Killer Instinct, just because since there were two versions, which the one in 1999, it was the whole thing was composed by someone named Robin Beanland. So it's more like the synth like type of thing. I think I should be able to share it. I think I know what I did wrong last time. So let me know if you guys can see that.
I can see it.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the first Killer Instinct theme in '99.
Oh, I can hear it. Yep. It is very 90s. I love that.
Very '90s. But it's like the perfect mix of like guitar, and I love it. Right here.
Oh, it's so good.
I love that. And it's the like coming up here is like my favorite part of it. I still listen to this theme, by the way.
Oh, I know this.
Do you? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if you do, because it was popular. But yeah, I still listen to this theme. So with that one, now the next one, the 2013 version was by Mick Gordon. So can you see this one on the screen as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll hear the
I
difference.
saw the Mick Gordon. I was just like, wait a second. What's he doing
yeah.
here? Are
Yeah,
you going
so-
to be showing us a Doom?
But this is the 2013 version.
Mick Gordon's another fucking amazing composer.
He is. He's awesome. And he composed every stage in Killer Instinct too.
Oh, nice.
It kicks in.
Oh.
That's awesome,
Oh,
isn't
that's so good.
it? I love this right here. Mick Gordon just does not like make bad music. Like
He doesn't. That's right. That's like in with that, like the Mortal Kombat theme for whatever reason.
Yeah.
That's
And-
such a good one too.
And the last one I'll give you is another Mick Gordon. It's from Killer Instinct, but we were talking about Hisako, right? From Killer Instinct, the character
Yes.
I showed you guys. So this is her theme music, which is one of my favorites. So I love the way they did it. Just wait till you hear the
terrifying.
vocals. She is.
There's
Very
vocals?
good.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really awesome how they did the vocals.
Oh my god, the subtle piano in the background.
Yeah. But it kicks in really good.
Oh, it's reminds me of Nightwish.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about too. Nightwish. Oh my goodness. but the vocals are awesome.
Oh,
Isn't that great? I love how they did that. That's amazing, isn't it?
it's so good.
Yeah, so
Really
so each character in that game has their own musical ultra. So that's why, like I said, Killer Instinct is all about the soundtrack. Like,
So that reminds me two things. One of them I'm gonna hold off on because like Nightmare King Grimm's theme from Hollow Knight, which I can show you. But also this is kind of a thing on myself. I was gonna do like a metal cover of the Bloodless from Hades, because it just here I'll show you guys. It's very much the work's already done. Like it's already there. Like let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that already. I love this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love this right here. Oh, that is good. That guitar, dude.
There's that, and Hades' main theme is also kind of similar in
makes
that
me-
sense.
This
So
makes
good.
me want to go play Hades now.
Oh, it's so good.
That is good.
Also, I would love to hear you like voice acting Hades the character for whatever reason. Feel like you'd be able to pull that off really well.
Me?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I'll have to get some practice in. Oh, I like that.
It's so good.
I haven't played Hades, and I don't have music like this. I'm going
Really?
to play it. Yeah, I haven't played
Oh,
it
it's
yet.
so good.
I'm going to have to now. Ooh, I love that.
Yeah. You like roguelikes, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Hades is a roguelike.
That's correct. I'm going to try that one.
You might like this. Because there's Troop Leader Grim, and then there's Nightmare King Grim, which is like essentially his harder dream variant. I'll just put it on the fight. You'll be able to hear it better that way. Hear it in context, you know?
Right? Hollow Knight.
A great.
That is great.
It's
I like
like
the way they do.
the one fight in the game that I would say is very like only go for hits if you absolutely can, but it's very like you kind of feel like Batman after it because it's like it's almost like rhythmic.
Yeah. Oh, man, I used to love rhythm shooters. Yeah.
It's like very reactionary, if you will.
Yeah.
A lot more than any other bosses, because a lot of bosses you can just kind of tank damage if you try hard enough. This
Right.
one, it's very like, no, you have to watch what he's gonna do, otherwise you will die because you take double damage.
Just watching this is making my head hurt. Just because I know I couldn't do it. I would try.
95 attempts. It took me actually. If I go back on my Twitch and my Twitch highlights, because I did stream this. Not all of it, but I streamed this specific fight. There's my 95th attempt. I was very baby. I was like, my voice was not as it is now, and this was like maybe a month into my streaming time. I was baby.
You said 95th attempt. Like, that's not like, it's gonna take me longer than that. Be 195th attempt.
God,
that's more my speed.
I was in so much pain. It is very quiet because my stream was not the best. I was also streaming direct from PS4.
Oh, that's right. It was on PS4 too. I knew that.
There's like a few times where I like panic and I was just like
sounds like me. It's like that mix of roguelike and Metroidvania is like so perfect.
I will say all 95 attempts were in this stream. So I was very like, at that point I was like, God.
Yep. I give you respect. 100% respect. Because I would have quit.
Oh yeah. I just wanted the bragging rights, you know.
Oh yeah, I feel it. I know someone else who streams Hollow Knight every now and then, so he goes through all the little boss runs.
See,
and all that.
these phases here, I don't know if they do it in Triple Gram, but in Nightmare King Gram, it signifies how much health he has left. So at like 75, 50, and 25, he does that. But with Troop Leader, it's like he'll bow at the start of it, and if you hit him, he'll just do that automatically.
Oh,
and
wow.
like he'll scream at you, and he'll hit him. So it's just customary, it's just polite. Just bow to him. Oh, with.
Well. Oh yeah. I would be. Yeah, you got my respect on that one, dude. For real. I was that. Yeah. I mean, I still got to go through the rest of Hollow Knight, but when I get there, I'm just gonna.
The absolute concentration, because I was saying nothing. I was like, this is focus mode. Like,
jeez, yeah. Ooh, you sure got it, dude. I couldn't do it. I would have threw my controller. I'd have broke stuff. That is so good.
Make a very swift detour into, I guess, more 8-bitty stuff.
Yes.
You guys played Shovel Knight?
No.
I haven't, but
I know of it.
Yeah, I know
so
of it too.
Good. So Strike the Earth is a great song from the soundtrack. Probably my favorite. I will say the most interesting song in the soundtrack is, oh my god, the visual of it is in my head. The Starlit Wilds. That's it. I was like, the visual when it plays in my head. Why can't I remember? The Starlit Wilds. Very interesting song. But this is hardly my favorite. I'll show you Starlit Wilds as well.
Ooh, I like that already.
Oh, Dance Macabre is also very cool.
I love that song. Well, the orchestral piece.
Oh, this reminds me of something too. It's like right there.
Yeah,
so
it's so good.
I love 8-bit
Starlit
music,
Wilds
man.
is great. I want to show you. Just because. Maybe this is my favorite one. It's like when it like it goes from this to like maybe about like here-ish. Cool, very cool.
Yeah, this reminds me of Castlevania 100%.
Very, yeah.
Well, actually, the Shovel Knight, I'm pretty sure, was probably from Castlevania because that's where they have the Shovel Knights in Castlevania, but they're not called that.
Oh.
Yeah, they actually are. There's actually a oh yeah.
That's what sold this song on me. I was just like, oh, a swift change like this with harmony.
I love 8-bit. Hell yeah. It's so cool. Yeah, that's so Castlevania music.
It's very, very cool.
That is that's nice.
I love it.
I have like a list because of just things that have come up and because you just
I go
joke.
on and
You guys
on
can-
about these. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
no,
you're
you're
fine.
Well, because I know that music games were mentioned, so I just wanted to quickly say shout out to Wander Song because
Yes.
literally music is
Oh.
the point, like the gameplay.
Isn't
is
the
really
main character a
cool.
bard?
Yes, you play a
Ah,
bard and you use music to fight, and it's very very cool.
I have it. I've
That
been
is
meaning to
cool.
play. I know you played it on your YouTube.
I did. It was actually Mars Patrona, who's one of my patrons at Patreon, asked me to play it, and I
Oh,
had never
nice.
heard of it, and
Oh.
I was like shocked at how good this game. I shouldn't have been shocked, but like it was great. It was super good game. Also, one of my favorite music based games is getting a movie adaptation.
oh,
Go on.
Space Channel 5. Space Channel 5 is getting an adaptation.
wow.
I'm confused. I have no idea. Like, what? Why? No idea. But just in case, since this is music, Space Channel 5 is an amazing game. Everyone should play it. But also, look out for that adaptation, I guess.
Yeah, this is something I've got to see.
Yeah.
Movie game night again, of course.
Right?
So great.
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 Yeah, what?
I have your list up here, and I'm very interested in what you have to say about American McGee.
Oh, I love it. So like my when it comes to video game soundtracks, or I guess soundtracks in general, I really like. I'm biased. I'm a percussionist and violinist, and did some singing. I would never call myself a singer. I wish. Dreams, man. So like strings, percussion, vocals, piano, and like things that sound like children's toys, because again, horror are like my I could eat that all day. I love it. I adore it. So yeah, the Alice soundtracks are really good. I think that they're so creative. I also like in the real world, I mean, the only thing I listen to is K-pop, but I specifically like noise. So the noisy, like, kind of like overwhelming soundtracks are like similar vein. So I love Chris Renna's work in the Alice soundtracks, and my favorite from American McGee's Alice is The Village of the Doomed.
Chris Renna. Where have I heard that name?
He's from Nine Inch Nails. He does the soundtrack.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have one of those. It's just a combination of so many.
Oh, it's very
Yeah.
industrial. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
But give it a sec, because vocals will come in a little bit.
Yeah, I love that.
I
Oh.
love this kind of stuff. It's
Yeah.
so just eerie and fun.
Yeah, that's what I said. I love stuff like that. Like I can go all different areas, and like that horror stuff is really good.
Yeah. And then like for the
The
new one,
Madness Returns theme. Oh my
the
god.
theme, it's my phone alarm.
Really?
Because yeah. My ringtone is the Silent Hill theme. My alarm is Madness Returns.
Oh.
yeah,
It's just so good.
that is.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's so creepy to me. I'm just like, why did you do
yeah. I
this?
like that though. That is
That's
really
so
good. And you gotta like doing something like that too, like the creepy thing. I think that's something also that like when it's like something that I see that people like don't do as well as some of the other ones. If you do it really
Mhm.
well, it goes so well with certain games. But it's like when I think about like all the creepy soundtracks and horror games, besides like Alice, I always think of Fatal Frame too and Silent Hill.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
when they have
that one song in Silent Hill that you guys got me to listen to. Silent Hill 3, I think it might have been in.
Well, I know I love the main theme and also Promise Reprise, which is a piano song.
Might have
There's
been.
also
It had vocals, I think.
Lullaby. Are you talking about
Oh,
Lullaby?
Lullaby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
good one.
great. Have you guys Have you guys played either of the Ori games?
No.
I played a little bit of the first one. I don't remember it as much because I didn't pick it back up until a while.
Gareth Cocker is the composer, and I am a whole sucker for a reharmonization. Essentially taking a song and like kind of changing the harmony of it. And so the Blind Forest theme music is this. And then in Will o' the Wisps, he kind of takes it and changes it, kind of reharms it, and I'm just like, hello. And he adds vocals to it. But it's like kind of like ad-libbing, if you will. But I'll show you the main theme for Blind Forest first, so you have an idea. That's why I'm gonna show you that because the video. I'm scared it's gonna go spoilers. But the Will o' the Wisp one is probably my favorite because it's so good.
Yeah, I like that one. That was really nice.
That was really pretty.
It's so good.
I do like that.
It's like I had this game pre-ordered because Blind Forest is one of my favorite games. This is now too. And when I immediately opened this game and heard this, I actually almost cried because I was like, hello? I wasn't expecting this. I need more games to do this. Please? I know there's a lot of games that have done this, but like, I need more.
I don't know why, but that because it's like the first song you hear reminds me of my god, my impact of playing Final Fantasy X-2 for the first time.
Yeah.
Real emotion.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if
X-2.
y'all know, but like my channels, like my YouTube and my Twitch, I need to redo the videos, but I have like channel trailers.
Mhm.
It's a real emotion reference is how my channels start. Because I loved that song. Like that was the first time I ever tried to learn dance moves from a video was because I wanted to like do the thing and like how she does all the like oh my god that song.
Final Fantasy X
remember it.
I love that game.
I've not played a Final Fantasy game, but I was watching Phoenix Downer played 10 and 10-2 on stream. And that was my experience with it.
Yeah,
But
I was gonna say I
don't-
love 10 and 10-2.
I remember there
It's
being like a
so-
musical segment at the start of 10-2, but I do not remember what it is.
Yeah, it's a
I
big
mean, if
like
you would
concert.
like me to bring it up,
definitely bring it up.
I suppose I
Sure,
could.
sure.
It's awesome
Not
because
that I've ever experienced it or anything.
yeah, my favorite in 10-2 was that intro because I love that whole scene. It looks so good for PS2. It looks so awesome. It's amazing,
So-
especially like everybody's favorite was Riku.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
yeah, Riku's great.
Love Riku.
I would like to see this 10-2
but
thing.
this was
Okay,
like the
let's
first
go.
Final Fantasy like all female led like Final Fantasy.
Oh.
In position. It's showtime, girls.
Oh my god.
Definitely recommend
Literally,
you play
I
this one.
don't know how many times I watched this song and like try to learn it. Like, it's so good.
It is good.
Did
I
you
love
learn
this
it?
intro.
I mean, I used to be able to sing it. Well, I used to know the words and the notes. I'll put it that way. I used to know the moves.
Yeah, I remember when I first played this, I was like, Yuna?
Right? As a songstress? Like,
Right.
what?
And that's what's great about this game because it was based on that.
Also, this game was just so good.
It
Like,
was.
yeah, it was like playing dress up, but it was like being able to change jobs mid-fight.
Oh, yeah. And it was based on music because Yuna was a singer. So, yeah. Loved it.
so wild seeing this.
But for PS2, it looks so awesome.
This PS2?
Yeah. It's so good though.
Oh
Here's my
yeah,
girl,
because
Hollow Rico.
like 13 was like XXX60.
This is awesome.
I hope you guys know I am absolutely minding it.
Go Gray. Go Gray.
We do not have to watch this whole thing. I'm reliving my younger years.
And that's fun,
I'm just like,
man.
oh my god, and where's Chelsea? And we're gonna do the thing. Like, God.
That's funny because like Final Fantasy, well, like Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2 is like, oh, they had the. In my point of view, I think in all of Final Fantasy had the best soundtracks, 10 and 10-2.
I think
And-
So good.
it reminds me of that song for whatever Bayonetta. It's got
Oh,
like kind of Bayonetta vibes to me for whatever reason. But like
Yeah.
if you made that into like J-pop, if you made Bayonetta into like J-pop.
I have one other Final Fantasy 10-2 song. I don't know if you guys were familiar with this one.
Ooh,
Because
I
this
prob-
was like regular off the sound track thing. I just really love the start of this because I like a lot of piano.
oh, is the intro theme or
No. I don't remember when this is in the game, but I love it. There are two versions of this song, but this one.
I think I know where this is at. I think I like this too.
It's just so good.
So that theme is actually a remake of like I think Final Fantasy 8, and a theme that's in Final
Oh.
Fantasy 8. But I think where this takes place is when you're about to go fight Vegnagun. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that, but that's what it
That
reminds
could
me.
be. But yeah, I love that piano intro.
That is good. That reminds me the Final Fantasy 10-2 title screen song is actually really good too.
Yes, it is. It's so good.
Yeah, that is a really good one. That's actually awesome. But yeah, 10-2 is like really great with music. That's like pretty much what it's based on. That's one of my favorites. And
Same.
here, I wanted to also because Baga was talking about like the retro themes and like the 8-bit themes. I wanted you guys to check this one out. Do you guys know or ever played Streets of Rage?
I know it. I've never played it.
Yeah. So Streets of
Yeah.
Rage is another one that's known for its music too. So let me know if you see the screen there.
I'm in now.
All right.
Oh. Oh,
You know this one?
I do.
Oh yeah, this is a very popular one. Especially right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's another favorite too. Like it's known for its music. The games are great too though. And they just released Streets of Rage 4 like last year.
Oh.
Oh.
So, because these were originally on the Sega Genesis. So,
Great. Have you played Mega Man?
Very little bit.
funny
I
enough.
have-
It's
I have the one for the SNES. I have the
Yeah.
cartridge, but I
Oh, yeah.
don't have a SNES.
oh no.
My brother gave me, he was just like, oh, these are the games you played sometimes, so like I'm gifting them to you. So I have like 2 or 3 cartridges and a controller, but I don't have the console.
Oh,
So they just have them.
Mega
Right.
Man,
The first one that you just showed reminded me so much of this.
Oh, Mega Man 2 as well.
Mega Man 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I see it already. Yeah, because this one also has another good song, which is Wily's Castle. So
Yes. All of Mega Man 2 soundtrack is so good.
oh
See,
hell
like
yeah.
Mega Man 1 through 5 has a great soundtrack, and Mega Man X.
Oh, X is dope.
That's the
Yeah,
one
this
I
does.
have. that I can't play.
I was highly obsessed with Mega Man.
Oh, same. It's actually the reason why I started doing the 8-bit stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we can
It's like a direct
attribute
influence.
that to. Yeah, so I was gonna say we can attribute that to Mega Man.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
That's awesome. Rightfully so, because Mega Man, especially Mega Man 2. Yeah, that one. Oh man, my favorite, of course, like I said, was Wily's Castle. That was the.
On the topic of like 8-bit stuff, I gotta just bring up the messenger. Because like there's one part at the end, well, almost at the end of the game, where like the level is very like it goes along with the music. Like all the movements of like the obstacles in the level go along with the music, and it's so good. I love it so much, and I like it comes up on my stream very often in the background because I'm like, this is the best thing I have ever heard. This, yeah.
Oh yeah, I like this.
I love this.
Yeah, I like this. I haven't got that far yet.
So good.
Oh yeah, I like that. That's reminding me so much of like Vision Guidance
So
music.
good. Let me see. That's yours.
Really quick, by the way, we revert really quick back to like some of the covers you talked about.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up something really quick because it's very important. I wanted to show you guys something as well. But we have there's something that has always been like dear to my heart when it comes to game music, which is ocremix.org. So so this place, OC Remix, like I said, it was founded in 98, or 99, sorry, and it's just dedicated. It's a community of composers who remix any game music you can think of, and they collaborate with each other. They're a charitable organization. They sometimes the original composers remix some of the songs themselves, and sometimes they reach out to some of the people who do the composers and collaborate with them as well.
Okay.
They're really
so
this
cool.
really you can find any game on this website, and you can literally find a remix of anything from any level, title, anything that has to do with the game, and they do it in so damn many different ways. Like right now, they're working on this this tribute to the SNES, and it's a jazz tribute. So they're doing all the most popular like music soundtracks in all jazz, and it's really cool. Like really quick, just to give you one quick example, they even have Hollow Knight on there for Baka too.
I was honestly going to transition into Hollow Knight just now.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh yeah.
Fungal Waste. Nice.
This does sound really good. I like this.
I love those.
Well, like I said, yeah, OC Remix. That's and here you go for you, Baka, as well. If you know these.
Yeah,
this song
Fungal
too.
Waste. Yeah.
But I've been listening to OC Remix for years, so I just highly recommend.
See the high notes there?
Yeah.
The chimes, the bells, or the marimba?
The chimes. That's a common leitmotif in Hollow Knight, which actually is what I'm gonna show you, because I feel like I would kind of be doing a disservice if I wasn't talking about Hollow Knight's soundtrack. But I want to just kind of open with this one, just because I have a fun fact. This is actually the only song on the soundtrack with a live instrument, which is the violin. This is the only song that has a live
Yes.
instrument,
Oh.
As it should be the violin.
which is the menu music. Oh, also, shout out to Nier Automata soundtrack. Great soundtrack. I just suddenly remembered about that.
Indeed.
Also, Cult of the Lamb, while I'm here. Great soundtrack.
Very.
You were
I was-
mentioning guitar earlier. The Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
Guitar piece.
Oh yeah. That's a great one.
And then, of course, the White Palace, which is where he lives, or lived. Man, both.
Like, are they bouncing their bows, like the lower.
I don't play violin. I have no idea.
So sorry.
I like thinking about it. It's just like I have like a very basic knowledge of like violin techniques, just from like watching violinists or like trying to compose for violin.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
But,
want to say the lower string. It sounded kind of like they were bouncing the bow, which I like, especially if it's
It's
a
like,
boss fight, because it's just like more.
Yeah, it's like a staccato way of doing it.
Can, like,
Hmm.
yeah.
So this. Also, harp supremacy. Love that.
Harps are nice. They suck to move, but they're very nice.
My last one here. So do you guys know the game Crisis?
Yes, but I've never
No.
played it.
So one of my favorite composers in general in games and movies is Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
So
A
did-
fun thing.
yeah, he did Crisis.
So, I for my creative artist project, I wrote a game soundtrack, and of course, I was getting like feedback from one of my lecturers who was taking that class, and he was just like, "You write like Hans Zimmer," and I was just like, "I don't know how to take that."
I feel like a very
Yeah.
successful composer, highly regarded.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He did a Dune soundtrack, and
Yeah.
that soundtrack he did like a wee documentary on it, and like he got like one of the vocalists that he used for it and brought her in. And he was just like, "I picked you because you have this kind of like you do this like guttural thing with your voice," and I was just like, "Oh, you're right. This is good." He did great on that.
He did Pirates, right?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah, we played
yes.
that a lot in high school because
Oh.
our conductor
Yes, he did
loves his music.
yeah, I love Hans Zimmer's music. So this one, yeah, this one's from the Crisis 2, but there's two quick parts I'll show you real quick. But yeah, I love this.
Already.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He has a signature. He has a signature style. It's so cool.
I know. It's so great.
That's it. See, if you listen every like 4 to 8 bars ish, he'll introduce something new.
Right? And I love this.
See, there's a
Right
new
here.
thing there.
Yeah, right here. But then, like, it gets in, like, you get further here. Let me see. Yeah, so, like, this part I love. You hear the horns? Like, and I love this.
It's good. That's really good.
I love this. But yeah, so definitely, Hans Zimmer, Crisis 2, great soundtrack. I love Hans Zimmer.
So great. I think you said you had one more.
I really like I mean, we talk about it every time, Fatal Frame.
Yes.
I just
Yes.
started my first ever playthrough of Fatal Frame 1 as well.
Yes.
Yes, you did. I'm so happy.
I'm glad.
Like, oh,
Yeah,
I
I'm
need
glad.
to-
so I hope you like it.
I need to backtrack like when we play it next Friday, and find some film because I have none.
Well, that was I had been streaming it, and I was right before that last area, and I had no film, no herbal medicines, like nothing. And I was just like, I had to restart my entire game.
Really?
Yeah, it took me 6 hours to get back to the end, knowing everything of where I was going. But then I did the last area, and I had enough supplies, and I was fine. But like, that's what I mean, where you really have to conserve your items.
You really
like,
do.
If you're not locked in a room, like if you can get away from a ghost because it's just a random ghost, leave.
Okay.
Just leave.
Yeah, or like what I was saying before, make sure you charge your shot because it'll do more damage, so you don't use as much film when you when you fight a ghost.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Which is hard because that means you have to let it get close to you and go in for that
Yep.
Fatal Frame.
Yeah.
And then you,
That Fatal Frame.
oh,
Yeah,
that's
Fatal Frame.
literally it's what it's called, and then the American name, it's Project Zero everywhere else.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I love Tsukiko Amano does like the theme songs for them. She does Cho for Fatal Frame 2, Koei for 3.
Mhm.
But my favorite was Zero no Joitsu? Is that what it's called? But this song I just really like it.
Oh yes.
Oh.
Because then it's just really fun.
So yeah, contrasting to the game.
Oh yeah.
It gets very different from it does not fit the game at all, but I don't care. I love this song. I'm obsessed with it. I used to listen to it all the time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is very
It
different.
keeps going.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is great.
But it has so many like movements.
This is so good.
Kind of. It's so good.
Oh yeah.
Hello? There's vocals?
Yeah, there are. Yeah, she sings on all the theme songs.
Yep. Does a wonderful job. So
She
great.
does. She does such a good job.
Oh, I love this.
Right?
Right?
It's very anime opening.
It is.
Yeah.
I just want to get through the chorus because it just goes through so many little shifts and it's just so good.
This is so good.
It's just so good. And like there are like other parts in the song that are totally different. Like
It's so good.
That is good.
it's so good.
That's amazing.
But yeah, anyway, I
That's-
am obsessed with that song. I love that song.
That is
It's
a really
such
good-
a good song.
That is good. Rightfully so.
Yeah, so even though it's not in the game, it's for the game. So I had to throw that in there.
I love that.
It's so
Right.
good.
That is good. That is very good. Yeah, hell yeah. Fatal Frame does some really awesome stuff though. They're incredible.
Well, I think that's us for this
Yeah.
long episode.
Yeah.
Music is good, and there's so many good soundtracks.
Oh,
For
I could
sure.
have went on and on and on.
You and me both, dude. You and me
Oh
both.
God. Let us know in the comments if you want a 10-hour episode of me talking about soundtracks. But no.
You could. Oh my gosh, you should do a video of your your final presentation
Oh,
that you
yeah.
did of just like music theory of video games.
Sure.
Like I want to hear your whole presentation.
Yeah.
No pressure, but like I'm very curious.
Right?
I don't know. Maybe I'll talk about it on a stream sometime. Because I do the music streams anyway, so I don't know. Maybe we
Right.
will.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
always really conscious about like my writing and such because like it's definitely my like lesser of of my subjects because I make a joke saying I'm illiterate. I'm not illiterate, but like it's definitely something that I find more difficult, if you will.
You have writer
But-
friends.
I don't know. I'll think about
You
it.
need.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be us for today. Thank you so much for listening, and remember to check out the soundtracks and the composers that we're gonna link below, and make sure to go drink some water
Yes.
after this.
Hydration Nation.
Right?
Hydration Nation. But I've been Baka.
I'm Rain.
I'm Gray.
Okay.
Bye.
There you go.
Huh?
Great.
You hear me?
Yeah, I said it. I
Oh,
said my name. What?
That's our outro. Anyway, we've been XP Overdrive. This has been great. Thank you for letting me go on about
Thank you, guys.
soundtracks.
oh, of course.
This was so
See you guys.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.